games. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They run it from the gun with Wright. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Let's go now.
Throwing now from the gun. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Wright running out of the gun. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Now looking to throw. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Coming out throwing is Baker. Hits his running back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
This one finds Kelsey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, Mayfield. On the move, headed right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Baker now off the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Gronk. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Mayfield to throw again. Throw right side, caught by Wilson. And this one doesn't go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will get them on the board.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the third. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing from the gun here. Completed to his running back. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Kalen Carson with the tackle.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Dropping back to throw. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Head the street. Head the street. Here we go, set. Hey, check that. Street. Go.
Now a run with Wright. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Trap 60. Let's go. Ready?
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
This is Wright running left. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completed here to Pickens. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
On the set.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down.
18, Pioneer. 60 Wildcat.
Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. Throw is caught by the back. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. The right call came in at the right time. Give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, break off the first down.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He's dropping back to throw. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Jones. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to the air following the pick 6. And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
That one's caught along the left sideline. Into the red zone. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers start to fight back with their first points of this game. George Pickens the touchdown. Chris Boswell for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he won't opt to bring this one out. He's content to keep it in the end zone and start their drive at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield finds him on the crossing route. Running down the left side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Point it right, point it right. Hey, Roy 33. Watch out.
First down, here's Baker. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this is run down into the red zone at the 19. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jake Moody for the field goal. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. Moody knocks it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running behind center with Wright. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Here we go, set.
From midfield now. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Here's a give for Wright. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the red zone now. Caught by Freiermuth. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4.
Right there, hurry. Come on, set.
Here's a give inside to Wright. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Ready, ready.
Right again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Let's go now.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They run again with Wright. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Go.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. He's got it! And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earned some momentum.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
Go. Ready.
He's got it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept a chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch and the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. What's that?
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. He's on the move. Pass is hauled in by the running back.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Baker now from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I love the mobility here. Starts great, escapes pressure, get out of harm's way. You just wish if you're the offense here, you could have found a completion to keep in rhythm.
Buying some time right. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Boswell on to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the long back on the handoff. The defenders are there to get him at the line. Minkah Fitzpatrick in on the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Motioning the tight end now. 2nd and 10 now. Setting up the screen. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Well, you know this better than most, Brock. Screens normally leave some rushers to come free, but still, it's not often you get roughing the passer on one.
No, it isn't, but I think of Tom Brady. To me, not only the greatest QB sneaker in the game, but he was one of the great screen masters, too. He understood how to sell a screen, draw those defenders to him, and like the QB did right there, sometimes they'll even tee off and you get the penalty.
Escapes the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. Well, you kind of had a feeling, Brock, that they were going to be passing early and often, coming out of the locker room on the losing side of things, right? And that coverage, man, they knew it too. Right there to make a play on the very first throw.
Yeah, no doubt, I think in any of our minds, they knew a throw was coming defensively, and that's fine. You could know it's coming, but you got to then go out and execute and take it away. Played right into their hands, and now a chance to add to this lead.
Running it with Wright. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. This is Wright. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go, set.
A give to Wright. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
All set up now for 1st and 10.
Track 60. Let's go.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. They're throwing it. Wangu on the catch. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Wright on the carry. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Wright goes up and over for the touchdown. The Steelers push their lead further to start the half. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers grow their lead to 8. Now Boswell on to send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Completed to his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. The rookie out of Alabama there on the tackle.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 37. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He's got it at the 30. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Chased out to his right. Bouncing football. Steelers have it, headed the other way. And Pittsburgh's going to take this back for the touchdown. The Steelers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. He took off with it, which they give him full license to do when he sees an opening, Brock. But he couldn't keep it secure, and it winds up in a defensive touchdown.
Kate, I played for coaches that when you scramble, they force you to have 2 hands on the ball because they know this. They know these defenders love for these moments. They attack the looseness of that ball security. Quarterbacks, unlike running backs, don't always know how to tuck that ball away. In this defense, well, they took advantage.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers lead by 15 now. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33. What's up?
Lone back gets the handoff. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
On the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. So we're through 3 here. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing.
Cowboys 13.
Gotta figure out this third down here.
Run.
Mayfield now from the gun. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. So no return on that punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Now right. Juke the defender. And he'll get this up to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Right there. Hurt. Sight. Hook.
Right, running out of the gun. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it. I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 79 Bronco. 18 rattle. Go.
Throwing from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Offense up to the line fast.
19 Lions. Sorry, 70. 7 Pirates. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Throwing now on 1st down. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, check that. Street. Let's go.
Hand off, running left, right. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, 3rd down.
19 tight.
Here's a throw. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got into the 27.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Ready? Set, go.
He'll look to throw. And they won't do it, so that ball's incomplete on 4th down.
Certainly looking for that nail in the coffin, the knockout punch, a touchdown, and 3-possession lead that could put this one out of reach. Hey, it's a luxury they could afford to take in that spot. Built himself up a little buffer here, Kate. But it's never over till it's over.
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
For big yards on the right side. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Forced out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Baker throwing again. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Minkah Fitzpatrick has got it. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers grow the lead now to 22 points. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. After the pick, here's Mayfield again. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
This one finds Kelsey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Stop.
From the gun, Mayfield. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. That pass complete to McMillan. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on 3rd downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Mayfield to throw again. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
A great play defensively. They forced a loss despite the penalty, and they just went ahead and declined it.
Got it. Ready?
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.